So last time, and I'll just do the recap for everybody, and hope y'all don't mind. My Harley Davidson gnome is over here. So last time, y'all fought off the chameleon, and something else was flinging spiders at y'all. And y'all are now over here, and down the way, there is a robot mechanism of some kind that seems to be doing a bit of glitching. And so in the hallway, y'all have encountered some barrels, some crates, and then there seems to be some burnt boxes and some torches, and along the wall there are some windows. This is one of two doors in the Great Hall that y'all are in, and so y'all are weighing your options of what to do from there. But yeah, let's just scroll over, and you can see the big metal doors beyond him. So that is where we left off. Y'all have figured out that the crystals are kind of making things grow, such as the giant chameleon that you imagine was probably smaller before. And yeah, that is where we left off. So players, talk amongst yourselves. Let's get Targan out of there since he's not here currently. Marinette, Agartha, and Adrien.
Let's not forget the fact that Adrien almost succumbed to the harpies.
You almost succumbed to the... You almost what?
Succumbed to the harpies, Son. And also that apparently there's someone hiding in one of the crates in this hallway.
Ooh, yes. I think it was a half-elf wizard of some kind.
We didn't know that, but
yeah, we don't know that.
I was gonna say,
don't know that.
Theater of the mind. The voice seems like it's a elf or a half-elf of some kind.
Oh, like
right.
me and Marinette. Okay. Just want to know, I guess.
Okay, so since that thing doesn't seem to want to get out of the way.
Yeah, and apparently we need to try to rescue whoever is in one of those barrels before we try to destroy this golem. Because I think that hole is very flammable based on those liquids.
So everyone, roll history.
Oh.
Okay.
This is going to be great. Oh. 17.
Oh, and by the way, since we only have 3 people, I'm not requiring you to be proficient when I call for a roll.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot more of everybody roll.
12.
The dumb barbarian got the highest history check.
I got a 14.
All right, we're going to give it to Marinette. Actually, we're going to give it to both of you. That is not a golem. Golems are usually magical, enchanted embodiments or something that comes from an elemental plane and takes like a humanoid form on this plane. This looks a little bit more like something that might have came out of a tinkerer's workshop, or like something an artificer would have made, but it doesn't seem like this is just, oh hey, I took a pile of dirt and now that pile of dirt has a shape and it walks around and the pile of dirt talks. No, this is gears and screws and other elements.
Alright, so we're dealing with some magician's contraption, and we gotta save someone in that hallway. I mean, if I had my grappling hook, I would gladly start roping things in, but I love that back up the way we came. So that if we
So
need
in
to leave,
other
we can just
words,
leave.
my crossbow won't help us at all. Especially if it's gears.
I don't.
Unless I find a joint or something to get within the gears.
Well, for the sake of theater of the mind, and I don't know if you in real life have ever been to an archery range, but the size of your crossbow
Mhm.
and the bolts you're using, it has some considerable force. So I mean,
Okay.
you could reasonably expect that it's going to pierce it and mess up the gears inside.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing already seems like it's been in one fight, and
Mm.
so if you're gonna just start shooting at it, it it might charge for you. It might shoot back. So not that you
Mm.
can't fight it,
Mm-hmm.
but this looks like it could carry its own weight,
Mm.
and you've already been trying to fight before for a few things. So
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like I was about to say as Adrien, Marinette, I don't. To be fair, crossbows are dangerous. I've seen them punch holes through plate mail before. And that one is magical, right? So it's going to pack an extra oomph to it. Well, I think I haven't tried to, really get on your bad side.
so what have y'all tried so far with this?
We haven't.
All right.
We've just been analyzing the
gonna
situation
say,
because we have someone we want to rescue. But the last time you mentioned there was some sort of black liquid on the ground too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're all kind of assuming that might be gasoline, but would our characters know that? No.
I'm gonna give it to y'all that there's other things burning in the hallway.
Mm.
So even if you don't put together that that is a flammable liquid, there's other flammable crates and barrels, and you don't know what's in it. And this is a fairly narrow hallway, all things considered.
All right. So
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to our friend a little bit more. Hey, Mr. Mrs.
Uh-huh.
Oh, which is it, Mr. or Mrs.? Ma'am,
Mister.
sir? Mr. All right. There's a black liquid on the floor.
I'm a elf, but still him.
All right. There's some sort of liquid on the floor. Is it flammable? And what else could be in these containers?
Well, let's just assume it's flammable. Let's not light it to figure that out. Especially considering where I am, I don't like taking a risk on that.
The magical construct, is it proximity? Is it a proximity
It's
sort of
not a
thing?
construct. It's a sentinel.
All right, sentinel. Thank you. The sentinel.
No.
Is it?
Oh
Does
no.
it react on sight or voice?
You're not from the school, are you?
No, we're not. We came here to
Oh
investigate
no.
why
You don't know the difference between a sentinel and a construct, do you?
Nope, I don't.
No, this ain't good. We're so dead.
Just tell me which box. Just tell me if it reacts based on sight, movements. Like, if I move toward it, is it going to react? Versus, if I keep talking to you, is it going to react? Can it hear us?
Yeah, it might not be listening too closely, but it can hear and it can see and I mean it have you can you see? Have you looked at it?
Yes. I'm just
All
trying to
right,
figure
it
out what.
has a bit of a face and it has eyes and it has little holes that it hears out of.
Well, this is stuff that's beyond me, and I don't want to assume anything.
Do you have ears? Do you have eyes? Can you see this thing?
Yes, I can hear it. I can see it.
I want you to understand, if I was hiding in a bigger crate, I would be clapping very slowly for you right now.
Thank you. I'm trying to expand my intelligence. And I am so thankful that you have enlightened me. Now,
You're welcome.
Are you in a Are you in a rectangular box or a cylindrical barrel?
I'm over here, and he pokes his little finger out.
All right.
Hmm.
All right. So here's my plan. I don't have much left, but I could rage and try to drag that box back before the golem reacts. Just need.
That's a pretty risky play that you're trying to make there.
Yeah, that's very risky, actually.
Well, it's either risk it all and save someone, or the person probably
Down
dies.
the hallway, you're seeing the sentinel kind of twitchy, and there's like a spark coming out of its hand, where like the gear for the hand and the big forearm like barrel over it are, and just and you hear a light clicking sound.
Hmm.
Look, I'm already pretty bad as is. I do not have.
Well, I don't think we need to resolve the situation by getting ourselves killed. To be perfectly honest, we probably could just avoid going this way for the meantime and try the other path.
Yeah, but
Eh,
the other path has something that
Yeah,
threw spiders at
I
us.
mean, I'm safe in the box. Please don't kill me trying to get me out of the box.
See? I mean, even he agrees with that. So I think,
Yes, I
Adrien,
definitely agree with not dying.
But the
I
other way is something that threw spiders at us, and anything that can throw those big overgrown spiders at us is probably another big chameleon thing. I'm not sure we want to go the other way either.
well, it's either we go this way and we get someone else killed along with ourselves, or we go the other way and we get only ourselves killed and leave him here for now, where we can assure that he's safe. It's kind of a lose-lose situation. I understand where you're coming from, Adrien. But all the same, we have to consider the fact of what's going to get people killed less if it does come to the worst situation that it does.
mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It
The only
doesn't
thing I'm
feel
really good
right.
for is fighting and dragging and lifting and pulling and throwing. And I'm kind of at my wit's end here, and I'm feeling very limited by my abilities. So, where is
Well,
our sneaky little lizard sorcerer friend anyway?
well, we haven't seen her since actually we got down here.
Yeah, because he
Like she
decided to
up,
be pretentious.
like she just up and vanished out of thin air.
Yeah, because he decided to be pretentious.
I don't think it was because she was being pretentious. She didn't seem like she was very worried or anything when she got down there.
Uh,
But all the same,
she did
it would
leave
be
us to die. She didn't really help much, did she?
well, no, she didn't. But I mean,
Yeah, I imagine actually she might still be invisible and is just listening to us and is just smiling with glee.
well,
Aren't you, woman?
that just sounds paranoid. Regardless, we probably shouldn't tarry on that idea for too long. We should probably just try the other way for now, and then when we think of a better way to get him out of that area, we'll come back.
All right, sir, hang in there. We'll be back for you eventually.
I'll close the double doors going into that hallway,
Alright.
and we'll head towards the other direction.
Alright, y'all ready? Alright. Y'all see a big double metal door.
I will very carefully open said metal double door.
Alright. You open big said metal double door. And might help if we had upper levels. You see a long staircase.
Another staircase.
It goes upwards.
Well, due to prior experiences with what we've seen in this observatory, I will take the orb back into my hands, hold it firmly between both of my hands, and slowly start to make my way up the stairs.
I thought. Okay, I thought you lost the orb. This is above board.
He never said that I lost the orb. I'm using what resources I have on me.
He has the orb.
Okay.
Alright.
It's been a few weeks, so forgive me.
Alright. As you make it about halfway up the stairs, you get a glimpse at what is beyond the top of the stairs. And it is another sentinel. This one
I saw
seems
that coming.
You gotta
this
be
one
shitting me.
seems to be in even worse shape, as it looks like this one is still on fire. It's like glowing red hot to the touch, and it looks like something like up its arm is melted or close to melted, as it's like dripping this burning rubber out of its wrist, and it is and it just slowly seems to be walking and turning.
I will creep my way back down the stairs.
Do you wish to make any rolls before you do so?
Let's see. Because things of this nature aren't exactly my forte. Making a could I try to see if there was any like perceived, like if there's any specific kinds of markings or wounds on it, like say if I could see any particular kind of burn or at like where someone could have probably hit it with acid or a spell or anything like that.
Roll perception.
Okay.
And if you want to check for runes, roll Arcana.
Ruins aren't really my thing, so that's not something that I'd roll for. I did get a 19 on my perception though.
This thing has taken considerable damage to the part where its head seems a little misshapen, and it just seems to be like slowly turning or rotating, and then it kind of stops and it goes the other way. Does it seem like it's noticed you yet?
It seems like it's in a pretty bad way. It's taken a considerable amount of damage.
Are you saying this from the stairs, or are you going back down?
I'm gonna go back down.
All right.
I was just thinking for a second before I actually made a move. Okay. So this one seems like it's in a lot worse for wear.
Wait, what do you mean this one?
There's another one on top of these stairs, but it is a lot worse for wear. This one, I feel we might be able to take on. Just take very care that you don't exhaust yourself on this.
So in other words, we need to hit it
You
all
need to,
at the same time?
yes, we need to hit it as hard as we can, all at once. That way, if it does have some time to react, it'll go down pretty fast.
For the sake of theater of the mind, I want to make it very clear this thing has not spoken or noticed or threatened you yet.
We also don't know, we can't assure ourselves that this thing won't immediately attack us. Because the other one,
And
from last time, the other one seemed pretty wary of us trying to go down the hallway at all. So,
and when I tried to speak to it to command it, it started to act hostile. Presumably hostile, at least.
Okay. I'm going to put this lightly, and then I'm letting you do whatever you think is best. You are welcome to explore things that are not talking to it and are not fighting it. You may want to try talking to it differently. You may want to try something else. But I am sure that y'all have tools other than hitting it. And I understand the solution, for example, with the spiders, has appropriately been hitting them and running from them. And then more of that in the with the squirrels and everywhere else. But for the sake of it, if you want to hit it, go for it. See what happens. But you are welcome to explore other options.
well, I
So,
also have the other option where I could cause a bit of a distraction. It's not going to be a whole lot. It's probably just going to be a noise or some kind of figure. Either that, or I could just conjure an entire swarm of animals around it for long enough so that we can slip by. So, I do have a couple options. They're not great, but they could work.
but
If
we'd
of
have
course,
to deal with it later if we were
well,
simply distracted.
who's to say that we'd actually even have to fight it later if the distraction does work? Because although yes, we probably could kill it, all the same, thinking on it a bit more, if these things are fairly reactive to sound and other stimulus, why wouldn't they go after something that's in a fairly similar vein?
All I know is the only good obstacle is a dead obstacle, so to say. I know, stretchy metaphor, but you gotta think this is what I'm not used to fancy plans and all that.
Roll persuasion.
Who?
You.
Are you trying to persuade me that
Wait, 7? How did I roll high? This is.
Okay, y'all are impressed. He used the word metaphor correctly.
hmm. Although you do make a good point, all the same, the less bloodshed, the better. The less bloodshed means that we have to exert ourselves less. If we have to exert ourselves less, that means we can get through here much quicker. And from what I remember Moz talking about, he said the faster we can get through this, the better. That way, someone else doesn't come in and take our job from us.
All right. Tell you what, the two of you can go up and try to do something. I'm going to be ready to sprint and hit it in case things go. All right. So, how close is this thing to the top of the stairs? Agartha.
I would have to probably say about 5 to 10 feet.
You have 35 feet of stairs and then about 10 feet.
All right. So pretty much I have to be somewhere in the middle or at the bottom of the stairs to be in a good position to hit it if it reacts poorly. All right. I'll wait. I'll wait there, and then you wave up if it works, and then I will quietly move to like a third of the way up the stairs.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm forgetting that I have some of these flexibility options.
Do you want me to roll stealth for moving quietly?
I want you
Hold
to
on.
hold on. I think Agartha's still making decisions.
Okay. Let's see what I have on my list of things. Oh, that's too big. I'll turn into a cat. Let's see. Do I have any more wild shapes available today? I do. One more. So I will quickly shift into a cat. And then let's see.
Mink, where are you? Here we go. That's good. All right.
Then I will point to go move up the stairs, but carefully. So I'll like make tiny pitter patters with my feet to try to make it seem like, hey, move quietly, but follow me up the stairs.
Should I roll
How
stealth
far up are
then?
you going?
Like right up to the ledge because I'm a pretty small cat. I mean, I'm a cat. I'm pretty sure I'm a tiny size. Yes, I am
All
tiny,
right.
so it is really hard to see me while I'm at the top
What
of
are
the
you
stairs.
two doing in the back?
I will move up stealthily.
How far
I
up you going?
15 stealth. I'm going to go halfway up the stairs. And I'm not going to go prone, but I'm going to keep myself real low.
You're not able to see the top yet. All right. Cat,
Yes. Oh, sorry.
as
Meow.
as you reach the top, it turns a bit and it goes, "Don't go there, Adrien. Fly."
Meow.
All right. And it turns and it looks down on you and it stares at you for just a moment. Make a wisdom saving throw.
That is something that druids are quite good at. Yeah, if I wouldn't
Except in
roll,
this case.
I was gonna say, except for this one specific period, and that one for 8.
Alright, it turns and it starts to like have this crooked arm and it starts to unwind it to point at you and it says identify. I want you to make either a persuasion or deception check and do so with advantage because you are in that shape.
Okay, persuasion or deception. I don't have either of the skills, so I will roll persuasion. You will not believe that I
How?
rolled an 11 on both of those.
Mm. Alright. Um it unwinds and it's pointing this thing at you and it has like a little spark and you getting just this whiff of like burning oil from within it. It goes threat identified as pet and then it starts to curl its arm back in and it starts to turn away.
Okay. So we want to. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't. I keep on thinking that I can interact with the board.
Sorry.
We want to
Trying
try
to get it
to.
to rotate, and I can't, and he's not turning.
Usually, when you just hold the mouse on it,
I
you're
know,
able to
but
get
it's
it.
not turning. All right.
Okay, so I think right now I want to check out the path to the right.
All right. And as you go, it kind of follows you a little bit, and turning towards you and away from you. All right. And you are on the right path.
Try to poke my head out from the corner before I walk down there to.
All right. You see a long hall. It has a dip, and then it's going to come up.
I'll creep closer to the stairway.
Are there
As you
walls?
approach the stairway, yeah, I gotta turn it this way for the sake of clarity. And this is gonna be a torch lit hall. So let's make it a little brighter here. Oh, there we go. All right. As you come up here, this is actually quite a sight to see. Wait, no, I think we have there we go. You see a fire elemental and a water elemental up at the end. And we're gonna make this guy glow because fire burns bright. And then down below, let's see, do I have? Yeah, we're gonna go with these guys. And down below, roll perception.
Okay. Perception. Dirty 20.
The only way to describe these is it looks like a chihuahua or a Pomeranian, only they now look like they're the shape and size of like gnolls, but these look like they were mutt dogs at one point, and they've just like grown in really bad ways to develop claws and teeth, and they're just like twitchy with their teeth and fangs out. And they're having this standoff between a fire and a water elemental. And somewhere past there, you see a wizard.
Yeah.
And he's kind of looking towards his elementals, and then he's turning back towards the room and then back towards the elementals to see if these things have proceeded.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around and then make my way back to the stairs.
As you turn, the sentinel slowly starts to turn towards you, and as you go by, you just get down the steps before he gets, his eyes on you, and he starts to turn back around.
Okay. Okay. Now I have to put on my best cat performance for trying to. Okay, so I'll try to make. Wow. I'll start trying to like jump up and down and do circles, trying to show myself being like a tornado, making like trying to sound as much as I can like fire, and then try to do this same button the opposite way, but for water.
Roll performance.
Click. 22.
Okay.
And then I'll try to you. Despite being a cat, try to make low growling sounds like a small dog, but also standing on my hind legs. And then I'll wave my hands around, trying to mimic the sounds of someone saying a spell. But since I'm a cat, it comes out super sideways. So it's just.
What is it? Is it the stock market? Did Timmy fall down a well?
So I had
Is it a
Adrien-
hairball?
I had Adrian roll insight. Does a 14 successfully interpret the whole thing?
It's a lot more than what a cat can handle. I'm gonna throw y'all a bone. Do any of y'all have speak with animals?
I do. I can talk with animals.
You just have to
Alright.
cast a spell.
You should probably cast that.
All right, I will.
Mm.
Okay.
Can't believe we forgot that.
I didn't forget. Okay, I cast it. I can
Okay.
speak to
Okay.
animals now.
So, Flower. Sorry, Agartha.
So there's these two elementals. One really, 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 really fiery, and then the other
Ooh.
one made of water. Whoosh, splish splash.
Okay, so you're telling us what you're about to say as a cat. Now
Yes.
say it as the cat.
Gotta get my best cat voice on. So there's these big pillars of fire.
You are a cat, so you're like meow meow, purr meow, and then Marionette's like, oh, there's a fire element.
Yeah, that's exactly
and then there's this water elemental. Splish splash, whoosh, splish splish splash.
Meow growl, meow meow.
Marinette,
Yeah.
what the hell?
And then
What
there's
the
these
hell is Agartha saying?
there's these four big ugly dogs. They're supposed to be small, but they've become big, ugly, and malformed.
Like chihuahuas?
Meow growl, purr growl
I'll
growl,
nod
meow.
my head up and down a little bit. Yeah, like
And-
them.
And then
Evil
two
bastards.
hacking noises like a hairball.
Ew. Okay.
Wait,
I'm not a
Marinette,
dog. I can't growl like that.
Adrian is just
Otherwise,
looking back and forth between the cat and Marinette, and this is like, the hell?
Oh yeah, and then there's this robed wizard guy. He's looking back and forth. I can't tell if he's chanting or anything, but it seems like he's pretty worried about whatever those little ugly dog things are.
Okay. Well, maybe we
Marinette,
better walk lightly then.
Yeah, I
Marinette,
would
you-
probably not recommend going through there. I can check out the other way if you guys want me to, though.
What?
Go ahead and check the other way.
All right, I'll scamper my way over to the other hallway.
Alright,
That's good.
as you do so, you're a little too small for the guy to notice. So he starts to turn your way, and then you pass him. And I mean, even if he did catch you, he knows you're like a small cat. So he's like, it seems like he's not meant to melt cats.
Oh, so this guy likes cats then.
I mean, probably more of a programming thing than anything. But alright, this has a lot of rubble, and then a glowing crystal at the end. But this, I know, it doesn't look like much, but this is like uneven tiles. Like the whole thing looks like an earthquake kind of blue. through it at one point, and so it's just kind of just totally rocky campaign terrain with cracked and shattered tiles going through it.
Would my cat's climbing speed be able to get me over those with relative ease? They have a climbing speed of 30 feet, and they are tiny.
It's not a problem of like needing to climb. It's more theater of the mind of, hey, you entered one room, this is a collapsed staircase of what you're seeing. Is there a tile in TaleSpire for a collapsed staircase? No.
Mm,
This room is littered with body parts. Am I going to find a bunch of severed arms and lay them across the whole thing? No. It's blood-soaked room. So I'm more of describing what it is than what I can reasonably convey is the terrain there.
okay.
But I mean, if you want to proceed, there's nothing that you see that you can that makes you think that you can't do it. But it's up to you as to, hey, there's a glowing crystal. This looks partially, ravaged, destroyed in some way. You assess for yourself the risks, but there's no reason to think that you as a cat or a human couldn't get from point A to point B.
Wow. Hmm.
All right, are you yelling that, or are you just
I
purring to
mean, yelling.
yourself?
Well, yeah, I'm purring to myself to weigh my options, but
Hmm.
I'll, I'll, yeah, I'll give him a meow. There's a blue crystal over here down this hallway, and a bit of rubble. Doesn't look like it'd be too bad to get past the rubble. I just don't think I should go over here by myself.
Okay.
So if you guys can figure out a way to get past there, I would help, but if I break my disguise, I'm afraid that thing might pummel me, and I'm pretty squishy.
Marinette, what's going on? What is Agartha saying?
It just sounds like.
So basically, we're not gonna go one way because there's a lot of dangerous things over there, including nasty chihuahua-like dogs and elementals, as
Oh,
well as a wizard.
oh,
Oh, what? That's why I don't tell you this stuff.
and the other way?
Has a blue crystal and it's safer. I mean, sure, there's some cracked floors and it's a little bumpy, but it's better than fighting all mean chihuahuas.
Please, mean chihuahuas are nothing compared to displaced beasts.
These are worse than
Big.
chihuahuas.
They're big. Meow. Meow.
They're big, he
Oh,
said. She says. And
Like
then
6 feet tall.
me and
Meow.
you have to figure out how to get around that guy.
oh.
Because we can't turn into cats.
I'll try my luck again.
Any ideas on how to get past it?
Um, we're new students at the observatory. We're coming for orientation.
Okay. How do you propose to tell that thing that?
Um,
Please be my guest. Go first.
trust the barbarian to do everything for
All
us.
right. Hold up. Marinette, do you have anything that might help convince him that you are a student there?
Well, I can disguise myself. I could disguise myself.
Uh, um, we are going to. Okay. I want to take a 5-minute break. I need to step away for just a minute. Why don't you think who or how you would disguise yourself? You've
Okay.
encountered a few people here, so
Uh-huh.
think about it. And we're back.
Okay. I think I'm gonna disguise myself as that drunken rat and try to get through.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this. Are you going to be. You're not turning completely into a rat, but you're going to
Okay.
turn into him as his halfling form?
Okay. Uh, shoot. See, because I want to be small enough to where I was hoping I'd be small enough to where the guy wouldn't see me.
Well, to take on his appearance,
Mm-hmm.
there's a bunch of dead bodies, so we're going to say that you could find some basic rags and clothes. And then
Okay.
with an element of magic, you powder your face,
Mm-hmm.
and the little makeup does like this little poof of smoke of like the powder coming off, and your loose bits of clothing and such become you know his appearance.
Okay.
What
And
the
so
hell are you doing,
you're in
Marinette?
kind of the same wizard apprentice outfit,
Yeah.
and you seem a little shorter.
Okay.
And while
Apparently,
it wouldn't hold up for say like a physical test, you appear like him to anyone who's not like giving you a second look of like, hey, Dale's a little shorter, what's going on. But yeah, you take on his little loose baggy halfling clothes, and
Okay.
your face um starts to look more like a halfling, and there you go.
Okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna try walking by him then. Or like sneaking by him.
All right.
Wait,
And
wait, what about me?
Uh,
are you gonna walk up to him? You
I'll
gonna be a little behind her?
I
be
mean,
a
you could
little
be right
behind.
next to me. You could just scoot with me.
Does it come out as Daryl's voice, or is it still Marinette's?
Doesn't seem like it would change your voice.
Okay, that's fine. I won't
So
talk then.
you would just appear, but it's not a true shape change or doppelganger
Okay.
like Agartha is literally a cat and the
Yeah.
size of a cat. But
Yeah.
you at least appear as Daryl.
Okay.
You see Adrien kind of chuckle and then like try gag. It's just like, oh gosh.
All right. So Marinette is walking up. Adrien, are you gonna be behind, beside? What are you doing?
I'll be beside,
Okay. And
and he'll
y'all
just go, I hope
walk
you
on
don't
up.
get us flamed.
And y'all are not small. Y'all are two medium creatures side by side. So although it turns slowly, it starts to turn towards y'all as y'all come up, and next thing you know, it's looking right at y'all. It's trying to turn its one good eye towards y'all. It goes dun fi.
New students, Adrien, etc.
Um uh Marinette, do you have anything to say?
No, I'm just silent. I don't want to blow my cover.
It starts to turn, and his eye looks over Adrien, who looks like a barbarian and not a student.
That's why I said new students. And Daryl.
And he turns and he looks you up and down. Don't look like new student. And he starts to turn his bent and twisted arm, and it starts to rotate outward.
Well, they didn't give me robes.
Mm.
And this is Daryl. You recognize Daryl?
Who
Adrien will point to Daryl. Well, Daryl.
he turns. He turns to the appearance of Daryl. And then he turns back. And then turns back to Daryl. And then turns back. And he's like, processing. Possible kidnapping of student.
How could I be kidding? I'm well, someone has to talk here.
I can't talk because I'll blow my cover.
You can try to talk as Daryl.
Do your best imitation.
Okay, I'll hiccup like him.
Hold up. She gets to play herself, and if she would rather have the barbarian get attacked by this thing, that's her choice as a player. I mean, you did call her a watermelon.
And fruit punch. And ladybug.
So, I mean, okay. It looks like this thing's trying to figure out how to get its arm to aim at Adrien again. So,
Oh, wow.
Daryl, do you
Daryl,
wish
aren't
to
going
speak
vouch
up?
for me?
Oh, yeah, I'll speak up. Hi.
It starts to turn towards you, Daryl. It goes, who is this?
He's a friend. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's with me.
Is this one of your drunken misadventures, Daryl?
Yes, yes, it is.
Processing. Bad halfling will report to professors after threat is taken care of. Proceed.
Thank you.
You sound hungover.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, which way y'all going?
We're going to where Agartha is.
Alright, y'all go, and there is now. Alright, y'all see a bit of rough terrain. It looks like this whole floor, like the ground, got pretty much smashed over. Broken tiles abound. Looks like rocks jettison out, and there are some crystals over here.
Adrien will turn to Daryl and just whisper, "Thanks for the safety, Ladybug."
You're welcome.
The cat will roll their eyes and continue forward.
You hear a voice from behind you. You are welcome.
All right, Adrien will walk toward the rubble.
All right. What are the? You're walking towards rubble. What are the rest of y'all doing?
Well, I was continuing on to the rubble while they spoke to each other, so.
All right. You walk up to. Marinette, are you walking towards the rubble?
Yes, I am.
All right. As y'all approach, you see over here there is a what looks like a small crab, and it looks like it is picking at one of the crystals.
I'm
And
going to run over to the crab and try to get it away from the crystal.
all right, how are you going to try to get it away?
Pick it up.
You're going to pick up the crab.
Yes. And like not
Animal handling or sleight of hand?
I'll make my way
I'll slide-
over.
I'll do
while
sleight
he-
of hand because I have a +5 stat. Animal handling is -2.
All right, roll sleight of hand.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. 21.
It tries to pinch at your fingers, but you manage to grab it, and it seems a little irritated.
Yeah, we could boil that later if you want me to.
Agartha, I have no idea what you're saying. Marinette might.
So it just sounds like as I pointed at the crab.
Marinette, do you know what Agartha is saying?
Let me ask him. Can you repeat what you just said?
Maybe I could boil that later if we want to.
He said we can boil it later if we want to. Hello?
Okay. I guess.
All right. Roll perception, everybody.
All right.
Oh boy. Just a quick note, disguise self says that you can make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
23.
it doesn't change
All
voice.
right. I got a
Does-
10.
Does this involve, because cats have certain, does this involve, oh no, no, oh, does this involve smell at all?
Let's go ahead and say it does.
Okay, in that case, I have advantage on the perception roll. Okay, 23 was the best one.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get a lot better than the 23, by the way. All right. Gonna hit you up on the Discord real fast, and then you can meow it about.
Wow.
You are having too much fun with this, aren't you, Agartha?
I never realized how fun druid could actually be. I'm so used to stuff like warlocks and things like that.
I remember Lotus and Lotus and who's the other one?
I've actually played the same warlock. It was Flores, and I played that
It was
warlock
Flores, right?
twice in a row. He died once during that whole fiasco that he was in. I'm gonna stare wearily at the rocks that we just crossed over to grab the crab after taking a good whiff through the air. And then
Adrien, this thing's still trying to pinch you. Make a sleight of hand check or animal handling.
15.
It's still trying to snap at you, but you're like playing this little game of keeping out of its reach and trying to hold it right.
Adrien will just look for like its head or something and try to like. What do I have? Do I have a knife or anything?
wow, no animal cruelty. Ow.
Adrien is just like looks at the crab, looks down the hallway, looks to Agartha, and just says, "Can you make the crab shut up?"
Okay. So I mean, I guess I could try to animal handling it while in cat form. So I'll try to soothe the crab. I'll try to indicate to him to put it down on the floor by like pulling at his leg and then like pointing at the floor.
Adrien will set the crab down, and
Now
then look over to the crystals.
I will now try to soothe the crab while still keeping an eye on that area where my nose was attracted to.
See if I have a crab mini. Oh, cool.
There is.
I do.
That
Okay.
is huge. Oh my god.
That ain't so many.
All right. The crab, like, sees you and sees Adrien, and then he scoots on over and he goes to the crystals. And he starts munching on the crystals again.
No.
All right, I'm gonna roll. All right, I'm gonna
Adrien
attack
will
the crab.
step in front of the crab and the crystals. Just go, no.
So,
Bad crab.
I really didn't
the
want to
crab
use.
like looks up at you, and it goes.
And then I step in front of the crab.
I really didn't want to have to do this, but I'm attacking the crab for 2.
And the crab it starts going the other way. All right. You may roll to attack. Wait, are you a cat?
Yeah, I hit a +0. I rolled a 2.
You may roll to attack the crab.
Okay, Oh, that was a lot better. 19.
Okay, you paw the crab. Roll damage.
1 slashing damage.
I'm sorry, what?
1 slashing damage.
Okay. 2 things. 1, the crab is now bloody. It lets out this kind of like squeal, and then it like turns and it runs into the corner.
Marinette, could you talk to an angry crab, please?
I'll raise my
You're
hackles
the
as I
one
start
that
getting
got it
closer to it.
angry.
I'm gonna start
Y'all,
creeping up to it
y'all
before
y'all then hear a rumble from underneath the rubble, and
Oh
it
no.
starts to shift and
Oh
shake.
no.
I'll try to.
And then
Oh no. Y'all save yourselves.
Is that a gargantuan crab? Oh my!
Oh my gosh.
and this thing
Oh.
crawls its way up and shakes off the rubble, and this crab has a black shell. The shell is just like solid black, and it shakes off these rocks and dust from its eyes, and then it looks at y'all, and it opens its mouth, just like the big tentacly, whatever kind of mouth crabs have. I'm gonna look that up.
Aww.
Yeah,
I think because
it opens up its little
It's-
crustacean mouth, and y'all feel hot steam come out of it.
Oh my god! It's the lobsters from Elden Ring all over again.
Roll initiative.
They literally shoot hot compressed water at you as an attack, and it's awful.
Ooh, that gives me an idea.
Literally, that would be the worst
Why
thing
did
that
you
you
do
could throw.
that, Flower? No.
I rolled a 9.
Trust me, every time I open my mouth, he gets a new idea.
Ooh, that gives
So
me
should
an
we just
idea.
not take your mouth shut? Is that what we should do? Is it?
Oh,
Hey,
I'm grabbing my
take deep breaths, will ya?
I'm grabbing my bagels.
We're about to fight a crab with like an onyx shell. I got 25 HP.
If you wouldn't have gotten mad at the other crab and made that crab mad, this one wouldn't have appeared.
Hey, I didn't actually try to
Okay.
hurt the little
Okay,
crab.
Be fair.
First off, the crab was already bad. It was crabby.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good one.
But like I said, violence doesn't solve everything. Y'all did well on the first one, but then y'all used violence in the second one. And when you use violence as a solution, it just leads to more violence.
Oh, good thing as a cat, I can run pretty fast.
I got nowhere to go.
Backwards. Okay.
Yeah, but Marinette, Daryl.
All right.
Oh gosh, and I'm going before you guys.
Yeah, I did not roll very well on initiative.
I did a 9.
I got an 8.
14.
Who got the 14?
Adrien.
Adrien.
He gets to go first. No, just
Who got
kidding.
the 9?
I did. Marinette.
And then Agartha got the 8.
Yes.
All right. Top of the round. Adrien, you see this thing? It has 2 big pinchers, and it is rearing them up like it wishes to attack at you. I am going to get my D6s ready. Go for it.
Adrien looks at the crab, looks at the other crab, looks at the big crab, looks at the small crab.
Is that your turn?
Thoroughly regrets his life choices. Then picks up the small crab and runs through the doors.
He's so funny.
Okay, grapple check with advantage.
Oh gosh, I got low 13.
All right, you got him.
All right.
All right, you see a spiral staircase that goes down. You start, and you're gonna start running.
No, I set the crab down, then go through and close the doors again while the crab's on the other side.
Okay.
What?
No, I set the crab on the other side of the doors, then I come back through.
Wait, you're setting the little crab on the other side.
Yeah, away from the crystal.
Okay, and then you come back.
Yes.
And you shut the doors.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna call that your turn.
And then bonus action rage, because I fear what this crab is about to do to me. It's like.
Did he just leave us to fend for ourselves?
No, he put the crab on the other side of the door, shut the door so the crab can't get back to the crystal. And then he.
I am not about to have another big crab in this already tiny room.
All right, Marinette, your turn.
I don't know if I want to shoot at this thing or not.
You could try. Yeah, still have to speak with animals. Maybe it still understands.
Can I try speaking to it?
You can try.
Okay. What do you say to a giant, huge crab?
You're the one asking. You still have the spell in effect from before, so no extra slot to burn it. Just go ahead and try.
Okay. Hello there, crab.
All right. You're just going to hear like its interpreted response back. It is like a click, click, steam, which
Uh-huh.
translates into and
Okay.
you think that as a animal that you're communicating with, this is something either incapable or not
Mm-hmm.
comprehending or just something totally left field of nature, like lost.
Okay. Okay. Yep, there's no talking to him, guys. No.
All right, I'm gonna call that a free action.
Okay.
Shoot it, please.
Fine, fine. Do I have Hunter's Mark left? Yeah, I do. Can I use Hunter's Mark?
Go for it.
Alright, okay. So I'll do my, oh, come on. So I'll do my bow first. Alright, crossbow. So it was a 23.
23
And,
does hit. You may roll damage.
alright, and then I'll roll for the, okay. And come on. 8 plus 8 plus 6 would be 14.
All right.
Yes.
You shoot it. And the arrow just makes it into the shell with like a small crack, and it seems like it pierced it just a little bit, not very deep, but it's in there. And
Okay.
a bit of steam is coming off from where you pierced it, and
Okay.
you see like the little feathers at the end of your bolt
Mhm.
start to like curl up, and then
Mhm.
there's like a hisp of smoke coming off the end of them, as it seems like this is so hot it's burning at your bolt.
Huh.
All right.
Cool.
What do
Yeah.
you? Is that
You
your
got
turn?
2 more attacks.
I've got 2 more attacks.
All right, go for it.
So for this one, it's a 29.
Oh my gosh. That's a nat 20.
And
So
then 10 piercing damage.
All
so
right,
wait. It
roll
did it didn't
another d10.
Okay. So like the hunter's mark?
no,
Or just a
a
For the
D10?
nat
D10.
20, you get to roll all the dice a second time and add them all together.
Oh. All right. So roll another D10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then 2d6.
And then 2d6.
Yeah, because your hunter's mark is a base of 1d6,
Okay.
but because you got
Okay.
a nat 20, you can
Yeah,
roll
I'm
a
trying,
second.
honey. I'm trying here.
I'm trying to explain things too. Sorry.
I have to move my
Mansplain to
mouse.
your wife when you're out of the session.
All right.
Ouch.
And it was the 5 from the 2d6s.
I am missing some d6s over here.
So
All right.
that's 20 points of damage? Sheesh. So you've dealt 37 points of damage and you have your Gloomstalker attack now,
All right.
which if it hits deals an additional D an additional what?
It's a D8. It's a
Okay.
D8 of force damage, very specifically.
All right.
Okay.
And do you have another attack?
I think I do.
All right. Roll
One
it.
more attack. 12.
12 does not hit.
Okay. All right. That's the end of my turn then.
All right. Next, do you wish to use any movement?
I'm gonna move back a little bit
How far?
Trying to think how many feet.
5, 10, 15, 20.
That's good. 20's good.
All right. Kitty,
Wow.
your
Okay.
turn.
Well, this is a dire enough situation to where I know I can't open the door as a cat. And that's like the only way that I probably could retreat, unless I somehow am able to run along the walls past this crab. So,
You are a tiny creature against a borderline gargantuan creature. There is enough space that you're able to run under him if you wanted to.
I don't want to. I think, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take the disengage action, and I'm going to run towards Marinette my 40 feet of movement.
Okay.
And since I am disengaging, there will be no opportunity attacks. Unless this crab somehow has sentinel.
All right. You take 2 fire damage as you run under this, as this crab is scorching hot.
I am
And
out of cat form.
and it singes your fur as you go.
I just exploded a poof of hair, and I reappear back in my normal form. Man, I hate that.
All right. Is that your turn?
Let's see, do I have any bonus actions? Well, he's trying to face tank a crab, so I suppose I should probably use my bonus action to give him a first level healing word. So, and I will be using my moon sickle for this, so I will roll the normal healing and then roll an additional d4. Okay, that is going to be 11 healing for Adrien. And then
Thank
that's going to be the
you.
end. Then that's going to be the end of my turn.
All right. Krabby's turn. Krabby turns to you, Adrien, and he steps forward. And he brings out his pincher claw, and he goes to attack you.
No.
Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Let the record show that I did not attack the crab. For once, I didn't choose violence. I was trying to get the crab away from the crystal to exclude violence.
How'd that work out for you?
Not
To be
great.
perfectly honest, I did initiate the violence because, well, the crab seemed super attracted to the
You are
crystal.
going to take 10 piercing damage,
Reduce to 5.
and you are going to take 4 fire damage.
Not reduced.
All right. As this thing pinches at your arm and holds it up, and you just feel your arm like, well, not your arm, but it's like going at your waist and trying to grapple you. Make an athletics or acrobatics check.
That's gonna be athletics at advantage because I'm raging. Ooh, 26.
It does not manage to hold you between its pinchers. You manage to wedge your hammer and like pull it, and you slip down, and it swings forth with its other pincher. Does a 17 hit?
Yep.
Okay. You take 6 piercing damage
Reduce to 3.
and 3 fire damage.
Okay. Ow. And another athletics check.
Another athletics check.
21.
All right, you managed to be free of it.
Okay.
Top of the round, Adrien.
Okay. This isn't fun.
Are you talking to the crab?
I'm just going to look at the crab and just. This is going to be straight Great Weapon Master attack. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it's the start of your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, you take 6 fire damage as this thing is just radiating heat at you.
Okay. Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Okay. And of course, I rolled complete garbage for the damage. I'm going to re-roll one of those ones. So that's 5, 7. So that's 12 damage. Base. No, wait, 12. Wait, 2 from it. 14 bludgeon damage, followed by 5 radiant damage.
Hang on, start over.
So I re-rolled a 1 on that attack.
So what you got?
I got 12.
Yeah.
Then because I am raging +2, so 14. Then Divine Fury, so 5 radiant for a total of 19. And then because my Great Weapon Master attack hit, that's a flat 10, so 29 points of damage total, with 5 of it being radiant and the rest being bludgeoning.
Alright, this thing's not looking too good. You're definitely doing some damage. Go on.
Okay, I will make another straight Great Weapon Master attack on it.
Roll for it.
That's a natural 1!
Okay. You make a swing at it with the tree branch, and you actually not only miss, but you like get it stuck in like the elbow of its claw. And so you're trying to pull it out while it's getting ready for its next swing at you. So you're gonna lose your advantage on the next grapple check.
Oh boy. Help! And that will end my turn.
Alright, Marinette.
All right. I'm gonna shoot at it again.
Alright, you may shoot at it.
I don't get to use my hunter's mark though, right? Because I
No,
already used it.
No, it applies with every single hit. Every single hit you get that extra damage. So
Okay.
Alright.
17.
17 does hit. Pow. Roll damage. And
Give me 1 sec here. So it would have been, what's the damage?
that's a total.
So 11 for damage for the first one.
alright. He's looking a little worse for wear. Do you have another attack?
I do.
Alright.
27.
27 does hit. Alright, so another
8 damage.
8 damage.
Yeah.
Alright. Is that your turn?
I think it is, yeah.
Alright, so you got a 17 and 20. Yeah, you take out 2 shots in quick succession and one lands decently deep, and the other one just kind of wedges in one of its legs, and it's starting to leak out some of its crab juices. You know, and it's steaming off these bits here and there, and it's starting to crack, but it's still standing. All right, Agartha.
Okay, so since it was using some kind of hot, some form of heat, because it singed my cat form enough to take me out of it, I would probably suppose that heat itself is probably not going to work so well against it, so I will Thorn Whip. Yeah, I have plenty of range for that. I will Thorn Whip the crab. Dirty 20?
20 does hit.
Okay. That is going to
Question.
be not. Go ahead with your question.
Since I'm holding on to my maul and it's stuck in the crab, do I get moved with the crab?
No, this is more of a this is an effect of your nat 1. It's not, you're not entangled or grappled.
You're not attached
Okay.
to the crab.
You're not
And
holding on to them. It's just something that's imposing an effect on you for your nat 1.
after my 9 magical piercing damage, I would like to yank it backwards 5 feet.
You don't have a size limit on it, do you?
No, it doesn't say a. Oh no, if it's large or smaller, so no, I can't yank it towards me. That
Alright.
would have been nice if I could have, though. Okay, that's gonna end my turn.
Alright. Krabby's turn. Adrien, it's still looking at you, and it winds up its first claw. And does a 9 hit.
No. Ugh.
As it takes a swing at you, and you just kind of almost fall on your butt as you're pulling your branch back, and you just barely manage to catch your foot, and it misjudges as this thing just goes right in front of you. Does a
Crud.
16 hit.
Just.
The other one catches you kind of off balance as you manage to dodge it, and it gets you. And it tries to pinch around your body and crush you. You feel like you're inside a nutcracker. Alright, that's going to be...
Go ahead.
It's going to be 7 piercing.
Reduce to 3.
And 2 fire damage as it burns. Make athletics or acrobatics check against grappling. You cannot use your advantage.
19.
You managed to stay free. And top of the round, Adrien. Starting your turn within 5 feet of him, you take 6 fire damage.
Okay. If there's a time to go reckless, it's going to be now. So reckless, great weapon master attacks. Uh-oh. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Crud. Okay. Reckless, great weapon master attack again. Does a 21 hit?
21 does hit.
I'm going to reroll the 1. Alright, so that's 4 instead of 1. So 13, 15 bludgeoning. 3 radiance. So 18.
Do you get
so
the radiant? Do you get the radiant at this turn?
It's the first attack he hits every turn.
No, I thought it was just the first encounter. Okay, what's the total?
28. 3 of it is radiance.
Alright, you managed to smack it, and you are cracking its shell really well, and it's in last leg territory, but it's just not quite enough to bring it down.
No, it's just
Oh, I
scream out.
accidentally moved him on top of you. Let me pull him back.
I will
Alright.
just yell out, "Kill it, please!" And that's the end of my turn.
Alright.
Unless you let me use my bonus action to like kick it or something, which I'm not sure if that's wise.
Alright. And give me a moment here. Alright, next up, Marinette.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at him again, try to finish him off. $17.
17 does hit.
Damage 12.
You see this crack in its back. Let me try to turn it around. There we go. Oh, put him on top of him. You see this crack in its back, and you line it up, and you just take this shot, and it just gets a clear piercing right through some soft crab meat, and it goes right through him, and it pokes out the other side. So Adrien's over there looking at this thing about to take its head off, and just all of a sudden your arrowhead is sticking out of its face between its eyes, and it just goes limp, and it falls on down.
I'm quickly getting away from the corpse because I did not want to be scalded.
Yay!
Alright, this thing is still hot.
Yeah, I am immediately like opening doors and getting on the other side.
Okay. As you do so, the crab runs past you.
And I stop the crab.
How do you stop the crab?
I'm going to just drop my hammer right in front of it. Just like, no.
You drop the hammer and it does this little.
And as the hammer is in front of it, I kind of like flip it around and drag the crab back with the.
Make an athletics check.
Still raging, so 24.
Yeah, you managed to shuffle it on back.
And then I close the door.
Alright, you've closed the door.
And I will look at the crab and just go, "Bad crab, do not go out there." And I will for Agartha and Marinette to get over here. As I like brush, as I just kind of breathe and brush off like the smoke and other stuff.
Well, I'm fairly resistant to fire, so I'll try to make my way past the crab to the best of my ability.
It's slightly cooler, like it's not radiating the heat, but it's still hot to the touch. So make an athletics or acrobatics check to get around it without hitting its legs.
Okay. My D&D Beyond closed itself. Athletics or acrobatics? I think my acrobatics is going to be better here. Yes, it is. Ooh, not bad. 17.
Alright, you managed to get across it a little close on one spot where you feel the heat but not enough to burn, and you get to the other side.
Alright.
What about Marinette?
I might try to do acrobatics to get over.
Alright, roll acrobatics.
11.
Alright. You shuffle your way across, and as you do so, you misjudge your backpack and like your crossbow, so when you like try to jump from one rock to another, it brushes against the wall, and it kind of turns you a little bit. And you brush your arm and your shoulder against one of the legs of the crab, and man, that thing sears you a little. You take 2 damage. Not a lot, but, you know.
Okay.
Alright, y'all are all over there.
All right.
We then stop the epic music. As much as
Oh.
I'd like it.
Alright.
I just want to know we're out of danger for now. I will look at
Alright.
Agartha and Marinette and just say, alright, Mr. Krabby is still on the other side of this door. We cannot let him touch the crystal because I am not about to have to deal with another giant crab.
You make a fair
Are
point.
we ready?
You
Yes.
say this with like burn marks over him, his face all red like he just spent too much time in the sun.
Okay. Well, let's go before anything happens.
I will open the door and immediately stop the crab.
How do you stop the crab?
I am going to do the same thing where I put my hammer, like drop it in front, and then scoop the crab backward with me.
No, you're like shuffleboarding or whatever. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead and make a sleight of hand or acrobatics check. Athletics, I mean.
Athletics.
way-
Uh-oh,
By the way, this thing does look beat up. Like
that's a 9.
I did hit it as a cat, so like
Yeah, it sidesteps you as you try to do that, and it's starting to
no,
crawl.
no.
I'll try to animal handle it since I'm now in my more normal form and can handle such things a lot
Roll it.
easier. Okay. Animal handling.
I think Marinette still
Nat
has
20 for
animal speaking.
27.
Ooh.
20. Okay, you managed to pick it up.
Well, you're not so bad now, are you?
All right, and it looks like it's getting a little irritable, like it wants to pinch you.
Does Marinette?
I'll
Honey.
throw you down the stairs.
Honey, it's fine. Let him have his spotlight.
I will. I'll take it over to the stairs and then set it down and then try to usher it down the stairs. Go. Be gone, little one.
All right, you go into the staircase.
I will shut the door behind us.
All right, are you all going into the staircase?
Yes.
All right, and you're closing the door behind y'all. Okay, and you got the crab over here by the steps.
Yes, I am trying to usher it down the stairs.
Yeah, it's kind of it's just kind of sitting there looking back and forth at y'all.
Shoo. Get gone.
It sidesteps back and forth on the steps a little bit.
Adrien will step over it and go down the stairs.
All right. As you step over it, it tries to pierce at your ankles. Does a 12 hit?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll also step over it. All right, if you're gonna be like that, little buddy, I guess I'm just gonna have to go by.
And it tries to pinch at you. Does a 17 hit?
17 hits.
You take 3 piercing damage as it gets you right on the fatty part of the back of your shin.
Ow, jerk. I'll head down
That's
to the,
funny.
I'll head down to the landing of the stairs so that way Marinette has room to get by.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Marinette, you going down?
Yep.
All right, and you going down. And does a 5 hit?
No.
You don't get pinched.
Okay, good.
All right. Y'all managed to make it, and there are 2 doors.
So the door in the-
Adrien will knock on the door
No.
in front of him.
Don't knock. What if something hears us?
Well, I don't know. Maybe there could be something friendly in there, and
Well,
I don't want.
nothing.
Feels like wood.
All right, I will try to stealthily open the door.
It's locked.
I will go to the other door and try to stealthily open it.
It's locked.
Got it. Can anyone lockpick this thing?
I'm more of a shaman. I'm not a thief. But if I could
Marinette?
see inside the room, maybe I could get into there and open it from the other side.
That'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Okay, is there a keyhole or any sort of crack that I can peer through?
Roll perception.
Okay. 15.
This is a wood door with a strong, sturdy metal framing to it. It has a knocker, a handle, and it has a small but wide keyhole.
Okay.
Looks pretty well framed against a stone wall and tile, so there's not a lot of room to really try to like go beneath it or around it through like a crack or anything.
No, I'm not trying to actually do any of that. I just want to see if there's a space that I could reasonably plot myself down into. Because I want to try to misty step into there. Just as long as I can see a space where I can actually reasonably plot myself down.
Where do you want to look?
So can I get a better idea of where from where the door that I'm next to is, how far back that goes, while trying to peer through the keyhole? Because I want to get a good idea of what I can see through the keyhole and what I can't.
Do you have dark vision?
I do, 60 feet.
You look into it and it looks like a very no, it looks. What would you roll to know about keyholes? You have any reason you might know a little bit about it? Any proficiency with thieves' tools or anything?
Like I said, I'm a shaman, not a thief. This wouldn't be my expertise. Okay. Not bad. 12.
It's a wide but shallow keyhole. You're not able to see through it to the other side. Looks like it just kind of goes a little bit and then it stops.
Ah. Foul. Yeah, I don't think I can get through there like that.
Okay. Here comes the whack. And I wind up to prepare to try to knock one of the doors down.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Alright. You may roll to attack.
Alley-oop. 16.
16 will hit. Roll damage.
I'm not raging, so this is going to be 15 points of damage.
Alright, you hit the door and it cracks at the edges and it kind of vibrates. And then you start to see, after you're hit, the illusion of the metal fades away. And you notice that there's runic, what am I missing? What's the word? I'm thinking like
Runes?
sigil.
Are you thinking of just straight up runes or sigils?
It might be that. I'll figure it out later.
Wards.
But you see these are actually grooved in there with an illusion over it to hide it.
Adrien, let's go.
And then they start.
Crap.
And then they start to grow red.
Adrien is going to step back immediately if he has time. Just like, oh, crud, 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 crud.
Make a deck save, everybody.
Okay.
Nat 20.
That's
11.
not bad. 14.
Alright. You all take half of 9 damage as this thing seals itself up, and then boom! And you are hit with a force damage of 9. If you made, y'all made the save, so cut it in half.
So 4.
Adrien's down
He's down.
as he just goes flying down the stairs. Just boom!
He's down.
He is down.
Wait, did he die?
Okay.
He
No.
had like maybe 5 hit points.
I had
Okay.
4 exactly, and that's 9 reduced to half goes to.
I suppose I will give Adrien another round of healing. I will use a second
Please?
level healing word. So the 3d4
Please?
plus 4.
I
He's
feel
not-
so bad now.
For
Okay.
what?
I don't know.
He gets 10 healing.
Okay, good.
Now,
Careful.
this is why we think with our brains and not with our hammers.
Ugh. Hey, look, you were out of options, weren't you? I could pick the lock, so I was just going to go
Well, I can't.
knocking.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not feeling very in tune with nature right now. Otherwise, I would be able to probably just turn into something and slip through the door.
Okay, tell me what. Does anyone have like a lock pick, a toothpick or something?
What
Anyone?
to do?
I'd rather you not use my cutlery like that. Non-metal cutlery is not very easy to get.
Adrien will then pull out a lock of hair that he has, his own cutlery station.
What's a tinderbox?
It's what you use to start a fire.
Okay.
And he'll just look through all of his
It's
stuff.
it's great at metal design specifically, so like you click it and it sparks.
Okay.
So Adrien will look
Nope.
at the lock of hair, the tinderbox, the mess kits, the disguise kits that he has for some reason, the signal whistle, and he'll try to pick the lock somehow.
What are you gonna try to pick the lock with?
I got a lock of hair. I have a mess kit which has simple cutlery.
You tell me what you're planning to put in the hole to pick the lock.
I'm going to put in the lock of hair.
A lock of hair isn't gonna do nothing.
A lock of hair is not gonna do anything.
Then, all right. Then
Ask
Adrien will
your
pull out.
wife.
Adrien will pull out the knife and the fork from
Okay.
his mess kit.
Before we go any further, has anyone here other than me actually picked a lock before?
No.
Once before, but that was like a really long time ago. So
Okay.
that
tried.
Okay.
I
Alright.
tried but failed.
Who is alright? You need something firm because picking a lock is essentially you're trying to slide things into place while turning. So there's like, hey, let's slide the pins while also turning the lock. And in theory, if we move the pins into the right spot, they'll stay there until I get the rest of the pins in the right place, and then it'll finish rotating.
So all I have is the mess kit. Let's see. I also have a disguise kit which has small props and other stuff.
You need something firm that can turn somewhere, and you need something else that can push and probe, for lack of a better term.
So would my disguise kit, which has a pouch of cosmetics, hair dye, and small props, would that have like small, straight, solid, like?
Do you have proficiency with thieves' tools?
No, I only have
Then no. You're not going to be able to fashion needles if you don't have a proficiency with the tools
But
to
I have
at least
proficiency with
improvise it.
disguise kits.
Yep.
So I mean, you might be able to use like the fork or the spoon. You might be able to use like a thin dagger. What do you want to try?
Adrien will look at like the tip of one of the javelins he has. He'll look to everyone else and say, "All right, does anyone else have like daggers, any small forks, spoons, knives?" Anyone?
Well, I used mine for tanning hides and things like that, so I don't know if I should give this up.
What do you have?
I have a dagger,
It's your call.
and it'd be more of a
Marinette.
something
Marinette,
that you'd use to skin animals, so it's more.
Marinette, do
know.
you have daggers?
Oh
I do
wait,
have that.
I was gonna say that there's also. She also has crossbow bolts, doesn't she? I mean,
Yeah,
seen
I've
her
got
fire
a
those.
dagger or I've got the bow crossbow arrows. Do you want me to use them to pick the lock?
I can try to use them to pick the lock.
Whoa. I don't give you my stuff. No.
Now hold up here,
No.
Hold up
No.
here,
I
Missy.
touch my stuff personally,
Missy?
so which means I get to pick the lock.
Marinette, all due respect, I think I'm a little better at sleight of hand operations than you are. Crab? Say
I'm
that.
not the one who died.
However, something to think about. Marinette is also a lot more nimble. It doesn't take brute strength to fire a crossbow.
Adrien, does a 10 hit?
Nope. Bad crap.
You move your foot up as the crab makes another snap at you.
So if she
Agartha,
doesn't,
please. Agartha, do I have your blessing to take care of this little piece of crab?
I will deal with the crab. You two can take turns. We'll start with her, so that way she's more comfortable with using her objects in the keyhole. Then you take a turn. In the meantime, I will keep the crab distracted so that you two do not get pinched. Does that sound like a fair plan?
Marinette,
Okay,
go for it.
fine.
All right.
Pick
So,
the lock.
Marinette gets first try at the lock, then Adrien.
All right, I'm gonna pick the lock.
Alright, what are you using to try to pick the lock?
I'll try my dagger first.
Alright, so you're gonna poke your dagger in to try to twist and turn at it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. As you push your dagger in, you feel it hit something, and then all of a sudden, it feels very tight, and then you hear a sharp snap, and your dagger is cut off about that far in, and you pull your dagger. You lose your dagger.
That
I'll go
was
ahead
my
and
good dagger too.
You have 2 daggers. It's fine. We
No,
She
have
has
a
one.
rapier besides.
you
She has
can
one
use
now.
your stuff now. I'm not using any of my stuff in case they get broken. Go on.
Hand me one of your crossbow bolts, please. I know you got
No.
lots of them.
No.
Marinette,
No.
this would serve a lot because I only have 4 javelins, and I don't want to get rid of one of them in case I need to hit something at a distance. I only have 4 shots.
So my dagger was not important. Well, fine. Here, take one of the bows. Or the arrows.
Thank you.
And I do not like you right now.
Well, I don't like you either.
Good.
Yeah.
Stab.
I'll then try to pick the lock with the crossbow bolts, and I will do so with a sleight of hand.
You push the bolt in, and it presses against the end, and you suddenly feel the bolt becomes firm, and then you hear a snap, and you pull back, and you've lost the arrowhead.
No more touching my stuff.
Can I roll?
No.
Can I roll
No.
insight to see if this is like meant to do this? Like from just noticing that how
Give
many.
me a reason you would be familiar with arcane schools and their defenses.
Okay, if this is more of an arc, if this is rather than a, oh hey, I'm noticing a pattern, we probably should stop doing this, rather than it. Or if this is not something like that, then that would not be something that I would reasonably be able to insight. But
Well, think of what defenses you've encountered so far. They've been the orb with the electrical poles. They've been these sentinels to identify y'all. And now you're in a staircase that seems to have some kind of smart doors that are very fit to the frame.
Wait a minute, Agartha. You still have the orb.
the orb is not a key.
I th-
Think reasonably
Maybe
about.
doors are proximity. Could you at least try?
I'll take out the orb and see if the orb does any. If the doors react to the orb. If they don't, the orb goes back in my bag.
You hold out the orb and roll insight.
This like will work. Ugh, 10.
Nothing happens.
See, I figured this wouldn't work. I'll put the orb back.
Adrien will then walk down the stairs and try to open the other door.
Alright, you go down the stairs, you see two doors.
I only see one. I will try to open the one that is down the next flight of stairs.
It's locked.
I will walk to the other door and try to open it.
It is locked.
I will keep walking down the stairs to the next door and the next door until I find one that is unlocked.
Alright, it is locked. It is locked. Are you going down again?
Yes, I'm going to keep going down until I hit the basement, or I find
Okay.
a door that is unlocked.
So,
All the while, you hear Adrien just mutter like, "Different freaking doors, all this arcane folded ass, just come with that." Gladiatorial arena is so much more simpler. Why did I decide that I would try to be a big hero and try to be something other than just a big gladiator?
You owe me a dagger and no arrow, by the way.
I'm sorry. You used your dagger. I don't owe you the dagger.
Okay.
And bolts are cheap to get. You can get the bolt
one moment.
yourself.
Wait, guys, wait. Wait, guys. Alright, everybody check Discord for messages. You may or may not have received one.
You do know you're just messing with the same two handles, right?
What?
Every time you make a pass, you just keep on going to the same two doors. And then when you go back down, you just end up back up here. And then keep on trying the same two doors.
Wait, what?
You just keep on looping around.
So, Adrien, you turn around and they're still next to you. Agartha and Marinette are still at your side. And the crab is still on the steps.
Wait, but there's a door down there. What?
Adrien, you walk down to that door, and then you look around, and you're still on the same platform.
What? Adrien will try walking up the stairs.
Alright, so you've gone down like 3 or 4 6 flights of stairs, and then you turn around and you go up one flight of stairs, and you're back at the big double door that you kept going back and forth with the crab.
What? I immediately like
Oh,
go.
speaking of which, does a 6 hit? The crab snaps at you as you go up.
I step on the crab.
Roll to attack. Improvised weapon.
I don't
Does a
have to
24
do
hit?
much.
You smush the crab.
Aww.
Why'd
up-
you kill the crab?
Because it's freaking annoying.
I'll pick up the remains of the crab. I'll find some spare cloths in my bag and wrap it up. I'll find a place to bury him later. You will be missed, little buddy.
I will then look over the edge, down the stairs.
It seems like a spiral staircase that goes down for as far as you can see.
Adrien will look over to the other door.
Hmm.
Not the 2 doors, but the other one.
There's 2 doors, 2 doors, and then 2 doors, and then 2 doors.
Adrien will find like a loose rock or something and just throw it down.
You're gonna have to grab the rock from the room with the crab.
I will open the door cautiously.
Alright, you open the door. There's a crab. Still seems hot.
I will try to find a rock that is not that close to the crab.
Alright, you... High or low?
High.
Yeah, you find a decent, like, baseball-size rock.
I pick it up.
Alright, you have one rock.
I will then walk back into the room and throw the rock down.
Okay, you throw the rock. How far down are you throwing it? Where are you aiming?
I'm straight down to the next flight of stairs.
So, okay, so are we talking over here? Or over here?
Over there.
Over here.
Yeah.
Okay, you may throw rock.
What's that? Improvised weapon?
Yeah, you may roll to attack with it.
19.
Alright, Agartha, high or low?
Hi.
That is low. Does a 19 hit?
19 hits pretty good.
Alright,
Oh no.
you're going to take 4 bludgeoning damage as
Wow.
he throws the rock, and you see like this illusion of the stairs moving, and the rock flings towards you. And then it Marinette,
Yes.
high or low?
Hi?
It is high. It does not. It flies past you, but not near you. And then Adrien, high or low?
Low.
That is high. It goes straight for your face. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
This is
You take-
hilarious.
You take 2 damage as it pegs you square in the chest, and then
Oh.
it falls and it lands right at your feet.
Oh! Adrien just starts banging his head against the door. Stupid, bloody, frickin' mages and their stupid, bloody illusion magics.
Hang on, I need to kill the crab. I forgot about that.
Hmm.
Ugh. Adrien just sits down on the stairs and just goes, "Make it stop! Make it stop!"
Like, I'm trying to retrace our steps to see things that we have tried before that have worked. Well, with previous traps at least.
We haven't tried the other door. We've only tried the one. Adrien will try to see if there's any any more steps that go up.
There's no more steps that go up. Y'all are at the top.
Kiss me.
I'm
sorry, what?
I feel like I'll try the orb again.
Alright. You pull out the orb. Nothing seems to be happening. What do you wish? Alright. Y'all get an odd feeling this is like from Super Mario Brothers, where he's running up the steps and he just never gets anywhere.
Hey.
Oh.
Good lord, can you? Okay. So, pulling out the orb, I am going to try to make my way down the stairs.
Alright. You go down the flight of stairs and there are 2 doors.
Did I reappear next to them?
You turn around and look, and Marinette is standing next to you.
Okay. Well, that didn't work.
Alright.
Adrien will walk up to one of the doors, and he'll use the knocker again.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
No, that's what you hear when you use the knocker.
Then he'll do another 3 knocks.
Alright, you knock 3 times. Nothing's happening.
Another 4 times.
You knock 4 times. Nothing's happening. Okay. Y'all are at the point of playing a guessing game in a magical staircase. I'm gonna make the DM call of saying that this is essentially a dead end until you can figure out more on where to go from here. So I will say, however, that given the illusions or whatever's going on here, this does seem like a safe enough place that you could potentially take a long rest. And then y'all would probably want to figure out trying to figure it out from a different area.
We all just try to kill the sentinel that's out there.
Well, we should probably rest first. You did just get
Before we
beat to
go
hell.
killing anything.
Yeah, that would be the recommended thing.
You see Adrien just fall asleep on top of the stairs.
All right.
All of y'all take a long rest.
Okay.
My word. This was nothing short of painful.
Alright, are we all I don't think we need a break. I think we're in a good spot. Do we want to just keep going on casually for a little bit?
Let's keep going.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so you 3 have taken a long rest.
Okay.
Nothing else seems to happen.
Agartha,
Yes.
as we're all kind of eating breakfast or something, Adrien will just kind of say, "I'm sorry for killing the crab. I'm just very mad." And he was just
It's no problem. Like I said, I will find some way or another to make sure that their spirit passes on. I wouldn't want them
Alright.
their body mutating in this place.
By the way, what was it with the crystals that eked you out yesterday?
They're not natural. Like whatever they do to these creatures, just it transforms them. It changes them in not even in a non-natural way. It's if you've ever heard of stories of lycanthropes, it's like
Oh
that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
a lot less natural. Because at least lycanthropes, there's a reason why they exist. There's no rhyme or reason for this. This is just painful to whatever animals that they're doing this to. It's cruel, unnatural.
So do not touch or consume or use the crystals unless it's life or death.
I wouldn't even go as far as going even for life or death. I would just stay away from using them at all.
Okay, well, let's go see if the angry chihuahuas are ready for a thrashing.
Well, we just spent 8 hours resting, so I don't know if whoever's over there is still alive anymore. But I will take cat form again and then make my way over.
As you open the doors, you see a crab eat it at the crystals.
No. I will then smash the crystals.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I will scoop the crab away.
Make a sleight of hand check. Or animal handling.
17 sleight of hand.
Alright, it snaps at you, but you manage to like hold it securely.
I will then yeet it over to Agartha.
I'll go put it down I'll go put it all the way down near the two doors past the stairwell, and then I will make my way back out.
Okay.
And then right there is where I'll turn into a cat, and then I'll start making my way forward.
Just to be
I'm
clear,
not.
the body of the big crab is still there, right?
Yeah.
Is it steaming still?
Not as much as it was, but it's still warm to the touch.
Okay. So in
In
cat
cat form, you're gonna be able to cross it no problem, just because of size.
Okay. And then I'll try
Are y'all
to
going along?
Yep.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Probably.
Both of you. Roll it.
You know what? I'll do acrobatics instead of athletics because I'm 15 on acrobatics.
Marinette,
Oh, acrobatics.
roll it.
16.
Yep, y'all make it across, no issue. Alright. Y'all are at the other side.
Okay.
Wait. Adrien will just look at the sentinel and just go, would you please just humor me? Can we just destroy this thing?
Just leave it be for now. It's not hurting anyone. We don't need to hurt it. Or sorry, I'm in cat form.
You can shake your head yes or no.
I'll shake my head no. After blabbing, forgetting that of course they can't understand me. Shake my head no, and then I'll scamper by.
As you scamper, it slowly starts to follow you with its head, and you just move quickly, and it loses track of you.
Okay.
And then I will try to I'll just look at this thing and just go, oh, great. And I'll just try to move on by.
Alright. As soon as you come up, it very quickly starts to turn towards you very fast. And it starts to it tries to focus its one good eye on you, and this thing still seems to be glitching and kind of melting in places, and it got a ring of burnt rubber around it that's been dripping from its wrist. It goes, halt, identify.
Adrien, that's just making sure the cat doesn't go into the experiment labs.
Persuasion or deception?
Both are bad. Persuasion?
Roll it.
0.
No,
Zero.
seriously.
0.
Yes. 2 minus 2. 0.
Intruder detected. Intruder
Bonk!
detected. And
And I'm
he
going
starts.
to just hit it. I'm going to hit it with my maul.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Well,
Yes.
You may roll to attack.
Oh boy.
Does the 17 hit?
No.
17 does hit. You may roll damage.
17 points of bludgeoning damage and 6 points of radiant damage for a total of 23.
You knock this thing over, and it lands on its back, and it immediately starts to heat up, and it is repeating and repeating to itself. Sentinel compromise, destruct procedure initiated. Roll. Dex save.
all of us are just.
Just him.
Good.
Oh.
14.
That is a fail.
Oh, Doc shouldn't get hit, I guess.
You are going to take 40 fire damage as this thing literally blows up with shrapnel metal flying about.
Good.
Well,
The two of you can look in and you'll just see this pillar of black, and then 2 eyes go open and just blink rapidly.
Alright, Adrien. You are on fire. Roll initiative, everybody.
oh
Ah!
my god.
I am not talking to you after D&D. I am not. You're sleeping on the couch.
Oh.
I got an 18, by the way. I'm literally gonna come back there personally and whop you on the side of the head.
Got to be joking there. The idiot had lit himself on fire.
Why? Why?
Because I'm sick and tired of dealing with this, okay? I'm just going to do the thing that is most simple, and that is the most direct approach.
You need to breathe, man. Breathe.
No! Breathing is for the complicated. I will just do.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
You just might be fighting this thing alone.
It's
No,
dead.
he's just on fire.
I
Alright,
know.
what's y'all's initiative?
I did 18.
17.
10.
Who was 17?
Adrien. Marinette was 18. Agartha is 10.
Alright. Top of the round, Marinette. He's on fire. The fire's in the next room. You're not taking damage. What do you do?
I'm gonna stay where I'm at
Alright. Is that
and
your
just
turn?
let him burn. Yes, that's my turn.
Adrien.
Yes.
Alright. You are on fire. You take 9 fire damage.
I immediately run out of the room and stop, drop, and roll.
Which way?
Toward Marinette, the way that I know is safest.
Alright. Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Roll it.
15.
Alright. You stop, drop, and roll. You managed to put out the fire. Alright. That suspends initiative.
Well, good thing I swapped around my spells on that long rest.
You know what? Don't waste the spell slots on Adrien, on me.
No, I'm not wasting them on you. I'm making sure that you guys can actually get through this section.
You don't have to worry about me. I've been doing fine. It's him you have to worry about. I think before I act.
Okay.
You see Adrien
So-
just black and suits, and he just lies there, and he just lifts his head up and just goes, "I freaking hate mages and all of this." I just go back down to lying down.
Okay. I really don't want to have to use the spell slot for this. It doesn't seem like you guys are gonna get through there without being scuffed pretty hard.
Agartha. Roll
Yes.
perception.
Okay. Before I do anything. Does this involve me smelling?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is a lot better. 24.
Yeah, the dog monsters that are past you, they seem to have gotten their attention from a recent explosion.
Okay. I'll transform into my normal form, and then I'll Misty Step past the flames.
Alright.
I'll use my once a day Misty Step, so it's just a small cloud of fairies as I just go poof and right across the flames.
Alright. And there you are.
We're being followed by those dog thingies.
Good. Let them burn in this hellfire.
Hey, I take slight offense to that. Hellfire burns a lot brighter and a lot hotter than this.
It's all the same
you
to
want me
me,
to If you want me
Agartha.
to show you Hellfire, I certainly am more than happy to. But right now, we'll just see what they do with these flames that are interposed between us.
They're barking at you.
I wonder. They're barking at us. Yeah, they're more than.
Adrien will just kind of half-heartedly do a push-up and just yell, "Shut the hell up!" and go back down to lying down.
And now there's like 4 of them barking at you.
I wonder.
That's funny.
These guys are like dogs, right? So I'll try to make a minor illusion of a laser pointer on the ground.
Laser pointer.
So I'll start spinning it around in circles in front of where the Oh, you want you want to get the,
What is your
my spellcasting modifier?
yes?
It's wisdom, and my total spellcasting modifier is a +8.
Alright, make a wisdom roll, add proficiency.
Yep. Okay, so that would just be a wisdom save then. Okay, 18.
Alright, you cast this, and the little red dot appears, and all of them like jump at the dot, and you see them do this ferociously with their claws, and they scratch the hell out of the tile. Like you're doing this as like a playful let's distract them, and you're just seeing them, and they are like claw marks scratching up the tile, and you're seeing bits of this tile scraped off and flying in the air as all of them attack at it.
Hmm.
And so while it gets their attention, you're just like, whoa, these things develop some big claws.
My, what big teeth you have, Grandma.
And these are not just like these are not like what you would you would expect from like say a wolf or a large dog. You can make out like fingers, and that their nails or their claws are like curved hook talons, like you might expect from like an eagle. So it's decently intimidating.
I'll start bringing the laser over to the fire to try to see if I can really get them with this.
They see it, but it's like too hot to ignore, because it's literally burning over there like an oil fire.
Okay.
So it's kind of like saying, it's not like, hey, can we get them to run over some hot coals? This is like, hey, can we get them to jump inside a burning car?
Oh my god.
So they just kind of see it go there, and they watch it, and then their eyes turn up, and they see you three, and they're just like, ah.
Okay. So,
Sit, boy.
here's an idea. What if I put a spike growth in that area that they're standing in, and just use the instantaneous version of minor illusion to make the dot appear, then disappear inside the area, so they'll start running around in the area.
You get the idea that these things, partially because of the chameleon, that they're not going to be completely fooled into a suicide. But I mean, if you have an area spell, you've definitely lured them to be close together in a spot.
Well, the area spell would require them to actually move quite a bit, unless I just straight up drop Moonbeam on them and constantly rotate it around, which wouldn't be a terrible thing to do, since it is a 5-foot area.
You're going to give a torch light to the ones in front of the fire. I mean, you got them all close together.
Don't look at me. I clearly am not going to do anything. Oh, for God's sake. This is why I've been doing things, is because everyone else takes too much time thinking.
You're thinking, how do I not get burned or ripped apart by these guys?
Yeah, chihuahuas are nasty when they're small. How much more nasty do you think they'll be when they're big?
The same solution applies. If they
They're
bite you,
no longer just ankle biters. They could bite you
I still have a hammer,
all
don't
the
I?
way. Okay.
So do you know what a knoll is?
Yes, I do, as a player. Not sure if Adrien
They
will.
think of them as gnolls, except instead of coming from like jackals or hyenas, they came from mutts, but they're slightly bigger than you might expect a gnoll. And they are more than compensating for it with their claws and their teeth, so they don't have to like use the spear and the shield that you would typically experience.
Okay. And now that I can actually see this, I can have a better gauge of where to drop my moonbeam. They're all clustered up in a 2x2, right?
Yeah, you got them. They pretty much all circled around that tile to attack, and then they looked up at you.
Yeah, right in the middle there, because there's that 5-foot radius of it. That's where my 3rd level moonbeam is going to get dropped on them.
Okay.
So
Are you doing anything to try to keep them into place?
I don't have anything like if I had something to keep them in place, I would use it. But I don't have anything otherwise, so I'm gonna drop it right on them.
Give me one moment. Well, first off, what's the damage on Moonbeam for a single round?
3d10. That's 3rd level, since I'm casting it at 3rd level.
Alright.
Crawl over to a corner, blackened, crispy,
See within 15.
half elf that he is, and he'll just, you know.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. What is your modifier for that? Yeah, that's gonna be a. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Y'all are short-handed on people, so for the sake of giving some flexibility, Agartha, are you familiar with web?
I don't think as a dreams druid that's something I could actually use.
Targan has it.
I am familiar with how it works though.
Alright. So, for the sake of flexibility, because I created these with more people in mind, and I know what you're trying to do here, Luntz, I'm going to give you Targan's web. He does have the range for it, and it'll cover the area.
Is there anywhere for it to cling onto so that it gets the full area, or will it end up blanketing on the floor?
It's
So like those walls and stuff,
yeah,
could it theoretically attach to the okay.
it has enough range. I know what you're saying. You want it to not just be the floor, but also up and above.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the moonbeam won't actually damage the spider webs because it's creatures that it damages, not objects.
Yeah. But yeah, this has an. I mostly. This doesn't have walls in a ceiling because of where it's located. It gets in the way of long shots looking through the other area.
Yeah, I get that.
So
Okay.
but that's why it's like this, is for easier visibility if I need to like rotate and we're doing combat. So that's the only reason there's not walls in the ceiling on this. So with this, we're going to go ahead and give them that. Let me check some quick stats. How much, and yours was 3d10?
3d10, yes.
Alright. So, when it's first cast, help me out here. I'm trying to move this along quickly. When it's first cast, does it deal damage?
No, it's at the start of their turn or when they enter it for the first
Okay.
time on their turn.
Okay, so here's what we are going to do. Because how wide is it?
It is a 5-foot radius, so if I put it in the middle of
You're gonna get them all. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna give you the first round of damage.
Okay.
As they try to fight their way through the web. I'm gonna say that it's not something they can process immediately. Like they're gonna get the web and it's gonna take them a second because it's a paired attack. So roll damage 4 times.
Okay.
For all of them.
1. Okay, so the first one's going to be 10.
Oh, do they have to make a save, or is it
They
just
do have
straight?
they do have to make a con save of 16 or take full. If they make it, they take half.
They're taking full on the first one because they can't quite figure out what's happening.
Okay, so for the first one is 10 radiant.
All right.
The second one, that was even worse. 8 radiant.
All right.
The third one, that's a lot better. 18 radiant.
All right.
And then the fourth one, that's even better. 24 radiant.
Okay. Now we're going to see if they can move out of it on the we're going to start rolling to see if they can move out of it. So for the web, he has a 15 on his save. All right. That is going to be a fail on moving out of it. Roll damage for the first one at full.
Okay. That is going to be 11 radiant.
All right. Second one's going to make it out. What's your save?
It is a 16. And it's a con save.
So it's a 16?
Yes.
He fails the con save, but he's going to be out of the beam.
So he's going to take 6 damage, and then he's going to move out of the beam.
Alright. Alright, but he's still tangled up in the web. Okay. We're going to move him towards the wall. Alright. Third one. Fails. Roll it.
Okay. 15 radiant.
Alright. Last one. He fails. Roll it.
Okay. Wow, that's a nice crispy 22 radiant damage.
22. Alright, I am going to make a DM call. We're going to consider this fight done. Because as they move away, they're stuck in entanglements. So when they finally do get to like the other side of the web away from the moonbeam, and he starts moving the moonbeam, what y'all notice through the fires and the chaos is that the 2 elementals have approached them, and now they're trapped. They're tangled up in webs trying to get out. They're being scorched by a moonbeam as it follows them, and then they're getting picked off by the elementals. So I'm going to say they're already going to be bloodied and restrained. So the elementals are pretty much getting free shots, and we're going to consider them taken out at this point.
All right.
Rather than getting that into a prolonged fight. The 2 elementals kind of come up to look at y'all.
I'll drop the moon.
And then they turn back around.
I'll make sure to drop the moonbeam so that way they don't get fried by it while they're trying to walk towards or away from us.
Hmm. And then they turn away.
Go ahead, say it. You think I shouldn't be here?
You have your uses. That's not the thing. It's just that this was just a very bizarre case of we had the advantage in other ways. It just, oh, this is hard to explain.
You
Especially just
Trying to stretch my brain around it, but regardless, this is a fight that we've won. So
Alright. So, where do y'all want to go from here?
how can we go from here? There's fire still.
well, I
Run
mean,
to it. Run
either
to it. Put
either
it out.
that. I was
What do
gonna
you
say.
typically do with fires?
I was going to say, if you'd allow me to. Oh no, these are oil fires. Shoot, yeah, that's not going to work. I have one option right now, and that is, I kid you not, wall of water. So if I could spread the wall of water around enough, I probably could try to douse most of the flames, but I wouldn't be able to get all of them. Just enough to where I could probably make a path, but that's it.
I'm gonna help you out. It's not a complete oil fire. It is a bit magical, but it's still like hot pieces of metal that have ignited and burning and melt like cold, like a glowing red metal, still out.
So could I probably? This is like a really far shot, but Druidcraft allows you to instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, torch, or a small campfire.
No,
Okay,
not. This is beyond that scope.
that's what I was wondering. That's why I was considering the whole wall of water thing.
But
Because
for sake of theater of the mind, yes, you there's no reason to think that your wall of water is gonna make it worse because of an oil fire. It could work. You believe it would work, not make it worse.
okay, I might need to do. I'm gonna probably do this Moses style then, and I would
Okay.
like to stretch the. So let's see how much area we have. We have 30 feet. Okay, so it's either we have 30 feet long, 10 feet high, and 1 foot thick, or 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick. So if I did the ring.
You said 20 feet in diameter?
If I did the ring, it would get the stuff that's in the. Along the ring of that area, yeah. But if I did a. So what kind of area would a 30-foot wall give me through that area?
Do the 10 feet in you said 20 feet in diameter?
Yes.
That seems like enough to hit all but the corners.
Okay, so I could reasonably, like, if
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, I'll take my canteen out, and I will command, I will, for whatever reason, conjure up from just a small, tiny drop of water, a humongous torrent of water, which washes over the flames as it creates a large ringed wall in that room.
Alright, so as this happens, you are what it's going to do is it's not just that it goes out. Oh, not that. Undo. Actually, undo. There we go. What it's going to do is not just that it lands on there and like instantly cools the metal and puts out the fire, but it also like splashes, so it spreads out and it's like this moist steam everywhere, and it just the way it kind of spreads and splashes, you seem to get like all of it. It's still warm, but it's not like burning you. So it's kind of like walking across. It's like walking across concrete barefoot in the sun. Um, you know, you're not gonna sit there. You're not gonna just leave your bare feet on it, but it's safe enough to walk across without thinking that it's gonna sear your fur to cook you.
Okay. And that was actually pretty much exactly what I was hoping would happen if I put down the wall of water. It doesn't even have a third level
Alright.
spell slots, but okay. In that case, I will then.
You
All right.
all going through?
Adrien will take up the rear, just lazily push himself up, and just walk
Coming.
through.
Okay. So, with that in mind, these two elementals, do they seem like they're threatened by our presence or just watching us at the moment?
Considering that they're walking away from you,
So
they don't,
they seem fine with us for now.
at least for now.
Okay.
Are y'all going on?
I'll actually try to see if we can call out to the wizard from those stairs that we're right next to. Excuse me, arcane savant, wizard, spellcaster, practitioner of the arcane arts.
That is Doctor, practicer of the arcane arts. To you, I did not spend over a decade in arcane school just to be called practitioner. Thank you very much.
My apologies. I am not one of the arcane spellcasting. I am one more of primal magics, primeval, ancient,
Well, I
old.
mean, that much is obvious.
Well, yeah, you can't get robes like these in the city. Regardless, are you
Also,
okay?
why would you get robes like those? I mean, what'd
I
you
think
do?
they're
Get
quite
it at
nice.
a halfling discount bin?
Not a halfling discount bin, but I know a few people. Regardless, are you okay?
I don't consider hermits people.
Huh. Well, are you okay though?
Well, get over here.
Oh, okay then. Well, I guess I'll start making my way over there.
All right. Anyone else going with them?
Yep, I'm pulling up the rear.
Alright, as y'all get to the other side of the steps, the wizard has before him a large archway just before the wall. And then there's a large summoning circle on the ground, and it's covered with runes and carved stones with symbols on them. And he looks past his elementals and he says, "What are y'all doing over here?"
Making sure the observatory is safe.
I was talking to my elementals to come over here. I didn't tell you to come over here.
Well,
You
you
could have
didn't
specified that.
exactly what my.
I don't specify when I'm talking to my elementals. They know what I'm thinking.
Well, we
If they
don't.
know what you're thinking, then why'd you have to physically yell at them?
Actually, we are going to take this guy off the board. And I am going to pull out the correct mini from the Hero Forge. I think it's this one. Yep. Alright. And before you, I'll move the elementals to the side, is a rather... Turn it around so we avoid spoilers. And... Ew. Trying to avoid the glare here. Once. There we go. Alright. He's actually rather tall. I don't know if you can tell this from here, but rather tall, bald professor with a rather long beard. And he talks with a booming voice, like a deep, resounding, loud voice like you might expect from a dwarf. Only this guy looks like he could be mistaken for a Goliath if he changed his appearance a little. And his fingertips seem to just be ready and almost sparking with evocation magic as this literal like force element conjured up holds his spell book just away from his hand as he approaches y'all.
Well, regardless, what are you doing here?
I am protecting the portal.
Where does this portal go to?
It goes to the arcane schools in Veyeri.
I'm not quite familiar with the area around Veyeri, so
It is the city of magic.
no wonder why I'm probably not very familiar with it. Two things that are not exactly my forte: cities and arcane magic.
Yes. Well, it connects to the schools there, but unfortunately, shortly after Blackstone left, we lost one of the sigil runes that help coordinate it to the portal. We can't just summon any portal to go to Veyeri. It has a lot of protective magic to prevent intruders. So it has to be a specific coordination of sigil runes in order to open a portal to them.
Otherwise, what happens?
Otherwise, you don't get anywhere. We have protective magic around our school. They have protective magic around theirs. It has to be a specific coordinates in order for the portals to connect. Otherwise, there's no telling where you'll end up.
Fair enough then. Speaking of protective runes and sigils, do you think you could actually tell us how to get around here? We
What
need
do you
to
mean?
we need to investigate the rest of this school to make sure that it's secure.
Why?
We were employed by someone to do so.
No one had heard from the observatory for weeks. We were part of a group of adventurers sent out to investigate why communication had ceased.
It's Blackstone's fault. He brought in those crystals from who knows where.
Did Blackstone leave?
I believe so.
Through this portal or elsewhere?
I do not know. He's just not here anymore. We lost one of the stones in the quakes and the chaos. So I can't open this anymore.
Wait, would it happen to be spherical in shape? Kind of a, like, two-tone color?
No. It looks like one of these. And he points to the big archway, and sure enough, one of those is definitely damaged. It looks like essentially half of it is missing and the other half has a big crack through the middle of the stone.
Okay.
and it has like a rune, and each rune is different over this large archway that looks big enough that if you were just slightly smaller than the crab, you could easily go through.
So, thinking on that, do you know where another one of these replacements might be in this observatory?
Of course I do. I've been here forever, and I have tenure, unlike that bastard Blackstone.
You seem rather well studied here.
Yes, I am.
Regardless,
So,
could you, if we go retrieve that, could you help us out a little bit by getting through some of the defenses so we may proceed further?
I cannot. If I leave here, how do we know that the other stones won't be damaged? If someone else comes through, they'll need to speak to me.
You don't need to leave this spot. You just need to tell us where a replacement is for that broken one, so that way we can bring it back to you, so that you may help us, even if it's
and
by
you
a
could
small
tell us
measure.
how we can bypass the sentinels without, combusting spontaneously when they try to seize us.
Sentinels are all damaged. There's still some standing, you'd mean?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not good.
Proof that one
If
self-destructed.
They're probably in bad shape.
yeah,
Do
sorry,
they have
our
an override command?
I can't guarantee any of those would work. And besides, the gnomes are the ones that coordinated that. I'm not with them.
fair enough.
You gotta understand, we don't just pass around the override command. Otherwise, we would have spies and intruders stealing our magical secrets. Little bastards coming in, acting like they're so smart with their trickery and stealing our secrets, and then going to other academic institutions with our spells, trying to get tenure. Screw them.
Even fame. So, no, I understand your plight here. But
Indeed.
do you know where one of those replacements is for one of your sigils?
Yes, I do.
Could you point us to where it is?
It's going to be that way. And he points back through the hall y'all came through.
Alright,
So,
so
the,
is it in the hallway that just seems that leads to a stairwell that goes on forever?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And he pulls out a card, and and he flings it at y'all. Who's
I'll
gonna
catch
try
it.
to catch it?
Adrien will try to catch it.
Anyone else?
I'll try to catch it as well. I'm not super coordinated, but
Sleight of hand checks.
okay. I feel like Adrian's gonna get me on this one.
Dirty 20.
Ugh, 8.
Adrien, you're gonna catch it as you're just a little faster and more coordinated.
Alright, what does it say?
You look at it, and it says library card. It's like, there.
Oh my
Now
god.
you can get to the library. In the center display, there's a large glass case. Push that out of the way, and you'll be able to get into the vaults.
Are there any defenses that non-students and non-professors and faculty have to worry about?
Oh, there's traps.
What
How
kind of
about
traps?
any?
So that we can return in one piece with.
I don't know about the traps. I usually send my graduate assistants down there.
What can you tell us
Ah,
about the library that would help us? There's obviously a vault. Push the sensor glass case out of the way.
We keep it in a cave. We keep it in a cave beneath the vault.
All right.
It's going to be in the very back, along with some of those crystals that Blackstone brought us. We
so
thought we had something powerful, but apparently putting it deep underground just made it spread.
and it's spread onto the animals and other inhabitants of the area, causing them to Growl.
Oh, but I don't care about people's pets.
Well,
That's a luxury those who have not fully committed their life to Arcana, they can worry about. I, however, have studies and research papers to worry about. Spell books to fill.
These crystals, what do you know of them?
He got them from a very, very distant place. That one guy, that thing, came here, and it tried to scold him, so we locked him away.
what thing, may I ask?
It looked like someone's angry pet lizard.
So something was
A
scolding
talking
Blackbeard?
lizard?
Blackstone.
Blackstone. So something came up,
Blackbeard.
berated Blackstone, and had these crystals?
If you're gonna get the names wrong, we're gonna be here all night.
Clearly, Doctor.
Yes, try to keep up.
Alright, Blackstone. This lizard individual.
No, I'm Adam Arkex.
Alright, no, I'm talking about Blackstone.
No, I'm Kex.
Yes. Alright, Dr. KX.
Yes.
So, this Blackstone individual was approached by another lizard-looking individual who gave Blackstone the crystals.
No, Blackstone had already brought them. And this lizard fella just tried to cause a ruckus in here.
What kind of things did this lizard fella talk about?
I don't know, I don't listen to lizards. They smell funny.
I don't know. They have some pretty interesting things to say. Have you ever talked to a crocodile before?
No, but I ate one. It was exotic down south. Wanted to learn about the ancient temples over in Cholt.
Not exactly an area I've been to all that often. I think I've been over there once, but I didn't see very much over there.
We'll get you your replacement stone, and we'll... Is there anything else from the vaults and the libraries that you would like us to bring to you? Other than the replacement stone?
No. Just get me the stone, we can get out of here. And the schools at Veyeri can clean up. I'm afraid this institution is long gone. Any survivors would be deep away more than I could handle.
We actually met a survivor out in your... I don't know if I can call it a loading
Basement.
bay. But up above, we met, I think it was a halfling. He could turn into a rat. Ring any bells? Drinks a lot? Smells funny?
You just described half of the undergrads.
Daryl is his name.
Did he seem smart?
Nope. He was hiding in
Well,
his
I
chest.
can't be picky. I could use a new research assistant. My last one died. I got impaled by a chameleon.
Oh, speaking of which, have you seen a sorceress pass by here?
No.
A haughty little, like, elven sorceress?
Oh, a hottie?
No, haughty as in stuck up. Probably a bit of if I must say myself.
You being no. Keep it family friendly, man.
Have you seen anyone like that?
No, not since the attack.
And the attack. How did this attack begin?
They brought the crystals, and next thing we knew, all of a sudden, the little pets and creatures outside, everything started being way too big. Violent.
Can the crystals be destroyed?
I mean, I think they'd explode. We haven't had much success moving them stable. They don't like getting moved or adjusted. They're powers seem almost random.
Hmm.
Mm,
All right.
mm.
Down to the library. Retrieve the stone. Can you
Come
tell us
back.
what's in the other wing?
The other wing?
Once you get to the Grand Hall, what is in the other wing from there?
Oh, you go down the stairs, and I believe that's where we keep some of the cells. Or was that the dorms? I know we had more dorms past there. But, down below, once you go through that wing and down below, then you're gonna encounter the cells.
Hmm. Okay.
I think some people may have fled that way to get away from all the beasts. As for the sentinels, anything you encounter, they're not going to be, they're going to have taken a lot of damage. They're not going to be fully operational. They're not going to be fully smart.
So that's why I'm able to slip by them as a cat.
You're a tiefling, not a cat. I swear. Are you drunk?
No.
Agartha can shape change.
Do you not recall me specifying that I am more of a primeval of the primeval studies? I use my wisdom to channel the natural magics around me.
Ah, wisdom. You didn't have the brains for arcana. I see. Well, I'm sorry.
Well, unfortunately, due to my infernal heritage, I am more charismatic than intelligent. But
Yeah. I get excuses. Not everyone's cut out for this. Go right to your duke or whatever for a letter of recommendation about why we should make an exception for you as a tiefling.
huh.
I don't think Agartha would be interested. Neither am I.
So it's gonna be like that, huh?
Everyone wants to say, "Oh, it's not fair. Dwarves are too short to reach the books on the top shelf. Tieflings can't be given a fair shake."
Well,
Uh huh.
most people just look at me and are usually pretty scared. I'm not all that bad. Actually, I spend most of my time
He
on the land.
glances at his fire elemental, and then at his water elemental, and then back at you. Do I look scared? I think I
I
just look
know
tired.
you do seem pretty tired.
Well, I've been watching this for a while, and those little dogs kept at it. So I've been having to hold them off for quite a while. In fact, and he makes a motion with his hand, and all of a sudden there's just this surge of wind from behind you, and it creates a little tornado, and then the tornado comes up right behind him, and then he pops a squat, and he just sits there on the tornado. Oh, where were we? And he's just having a seat right there with this little like wind stool holding him up.
Well, that's a new trick. I haven't seen that one before.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion. Ugh, 12.
Oh well, see for yourself. And he does it again, and there's a burst of wind, and all y'all's hair get blown around. Then there's a little tornado stool for Agartha to sit on.
I'll take a seat on the tornado stool, I guess.
Um, actually pretty stable. It seems like it once you're on it, it's gently blowing you up just enough to hold you there. And if you lean in a little more, it just pushes harder. So it's actually fairly good. It's not really like blowing you around like you would think, but it's just like a wind that pushes straight up. The more that you sit down, the stronger it pushes up on you.
God's damned arcana and all that.
No
On one
stool
hand, I
for
hate it
you,
because it's
mister.
make
I don't like arcana.
Well, if I wasn't so inclined as to, well, not liking such domesticated environments, I might actually look into something like this. Spend a lot of time with halflings and the like. They're quite nice once you get to talking to them and stuff. It's where I learned how to cook.
Halflings know how to do as they're told.
Well, they're quite nice.
Anyway, I think maybe we should be off to make sure everything else is working. Maybe we should check by the dorms and cells, see if maybe we can get someone to help Dr. Kawa here.
Who?
You, Doctor.
Yes.
That's right. There was that elf fella in the barrel that we probably should try to see if we can help out.
Oh, well, bring him to me. I could always use another research assistant.
Alright. Let's go save the day.
Alright, I'll be here when you're ready to let me save the day.
Adrien walks off.
Alright, I'll stand up from the stool. Give him a nod of acknowledgement as I start walking away.
Alright, y'all walk away. Alright, where do y'all go from here?
Dorms? Cells, anyone?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Just eat me at that construct and I'll bash its head and I'll get blown up. You guys can put me back together. You gals, sorry.
Are you sure that's how you want to do this?
Yeah, really?
That's what I'm good for.
Are you sure?
Because
Mr.
if it
Pussy?
blows up, because there's more barrels of oil and stuff on the ground in this area than in the other,
Oh, right.
it might be guaranteed that you will die.
Adrien, like,
Y'all
But
have gotten past this
I
thing before. You
I
got past it
do
as a cat. You got past it as a Daryl. So
I do have another thing that I could do to try to get all three of us in all at the same time. However, you will need to hold on to me fairly well.
I think I can do that.
Okay, so my plan, because the invisibility spell does detail that this is something that you can do, as long as you are holding on to the person or object that you would like to become invisible, I'm going to have them hold on to me, and we are going to try to move past this thing carefully. That way, we are all invisible. We are all trying to move around it. I see the gears turning in your head.
it's only things that you could. You're talking about it, just straight invisibility.
Yes.
You don't have a greater invisibility.
That's a 4th level spell.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a DM call on consistency. You're not gonna be able to get somebody else invisible with you. I would say you arguably might be able to get someone else invisible if they are of a smaller size so that you could carry them. But as 3 medium creatures, I'm going to make a call and say you can't turn other people invisible just because they're holding on to you.
Okay. Well, then there's the other thought. I cast invisibility on someone else then, because it's just a creature I touch. It can be me, but it can also be someone else. And then I go through as a cat. Because I know that Marinette can actually. So I could turn Adrien invisible. I know Marinette can disguise herself through. and that way Adrien can also sneak by, since he seems pretty limber and able to move around pretty fast.
Question then, Agartha, this
Yes.
invisibility, are there any limits upon it? Like, if I try
Just
to maybe drag the box that our elf friend is in out, would my
you
invisibility fade?
could you could drag the box. Just don't try to hurt anything while you're using it, or you will break the spell.
Because I think
Because
that's going to be of importance, is getting our friend out of there first.
well, here's what I can do. I can send you in there invisible first.
So he is not trapped in the box. He can leave. He's worried about the sentinel malfunctioning.
Well, if we can get him over back to Dr. KX over there, I'm pretty sure he'll be pretty safe. So if we can get Adrien in, who's the most capable for lifting or helping someone out of a situation, we get him in, then we recoup, send him over to KX, and then we can move in using our disguises and whatever.
So here's I'm keeping a brief eye on the time. I'm thinking this is a good stopping point.
We're back to where we started.
But also I think that with knowing where we're going from here, I think this is not something that we want to rush on the end. I think it's something that a little planning goes a long way. So let's pause here. Y'all can update the others. And there's a decent chance that if we move quickly, we'll actually wrap this up in the next 1 or 2 sessions.
All right.
I would almost say that if we had one long session, we might be able to do this. But just knowing that y'all might bump into things between now and then, maybe not.
Okay.
All right. So I think this is a good stopping point. Go into the Discord, update the other players, and next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Works for me.
All right.